Hi, I am so glad you are here. My name is Amy Weber. I am a play therapist, a parent coach, and co founder of Speak, Learn, and Play in Brooklyn. If your child falls apart every time it's time to stop playing, leave the house, or, heaven forbid, turn off a screen, you are definitely not alone. Today, I am going to be talking to you about how to help your child regulate their emotions during transitions. Transitions are those sort of tricky in between moments when we shift from one activity to another. These can be minefields for neurodivergent kids, and to be honest, often for us as adults as well. So, I'm going to talk about what emotional coaching is and isn't, why transitions bring big feelings, and what you can say and do before, during, and after transitions to support your child's nervous system. So, let's jump in. Transitions aren't just about tasks, they're actually about emotions. The emotions like loss, uncertainty, overwhelm, frustration, anxiety, all of the greatest hits. So here's why transitions can be especially tough for neurodivergent kids. Many of those kids have executive functioning challenges, which make shifting attention really difficult. Some of them have sensory sensitivities that can make entering a new space really jarring. Some of them have anxiety that ramps up when the next thing is unknown or undesired. And rigid thinking means leaving one activity can actually feel like a tremendous loss. When kids hit that overwhelm zone, they can't just calm down or be more flexible. They need emotional coaching, which is really just a fancy way of saying they need your help. Naming, understanding, and moving through their feelings. So, what is emotional coaching? What it isn't is that it is not fixing or distracting. It is not jumping straight into problem solving. It's about noticing the emotion, naming the emotion, and helping your child feel safe enough to move through it. When your child feels seen and supported and heard, their nervous system settles and they're more able to cope with the change that's coming. So, how do we do that exactly around transitions? I want to break it down by time frame. So, before the transition, we want to set the stage for regulation. That means giving advanced notice. 5 more minutes, then we're heading out. You want to use visual or auditory cues. A timer. We at the office love something called the time timer. Schedule or first then cards can help your child's brain prepare. We want to name the feelings ahead of time. Sometimes it's hard to stop something fun. It's okay if you feel frustrated. And we want offer regulation tools preemptively. Do you want to squeeze your fidget before we leave? Let's take 3 wiggle breaths together. Here's a cup of cold water. We want to think about this as putting gas in their tank before the road trip. During the transition, you want to co regulate, but not control. As much as possible, you want to keep your tone calm and confident. It's time to go. I know it's so hard, and I'm here to help. Name and validate the emotion. You're feeling mad about stopping the show. That makes sense. It was a great show. We want to use simple, calm language. This is not the time for reasoning or lecturing. We want to do fewer words and more connection. And we want to try to offer something grounding. Do you want to hold my hand while we walk to the car? Or let's count the steps together. Your presence is the regulation. You want as much as possible to be the calm in their storm. After the transition, it's time to reflect, repair, and reinforce. Once your child is regulated, we want to talk about what happened briefly and without shame. That was a tough transition. What helped? What was hard? We want to celebrate the effort, not perfection. You stayed with me even when it felt big. That was super brave. We want to reflect on patterns together. It seems like getting out the door is really hard. Maybe we can try a new plan tomorrow. And we want to invite them to help plan next time. Would you like to draw your own morning checklist? Repair builds trust, and patterns build predictability. So, to sum up, transitions are hard for neurodivergent kids, not because they're defiant or being difficult, but because their nervous systems are working overtime. Emotional coaching is your superpower. You don't have to prevent every meltdown. You don't have to be perfectly calm every time. But when you slow down, name what's happening, and show up with empathy, you're teaching your child that emotions are safe, manageable, and not something to be afraid of. That's regulation, that's resilience, and that's connection. Thank you so much for being with me today. You are doing such important, meaningful work, even if your morning routine currently involves tears over socks. See you soon.